Our reporters are stationed in strategic positions across the country as we watch this planned strike. Nasiphi is in the Cape Town CBD for us, but first we'll start with Tumaole Mohlaoli in Bugerspark. That's in Pretoria. And Tommy, earlier on there wasn't much movement, but I wonder how confident the people who are there with you now that today's plans will materialize effectively in a shutdown.
Well, Ayanda, was just a few hours before the planned march that will mark the beginning of this shutdown. Union leaders and representatives have arrived here at Bugerspark, and they say that, of course, they anticipate that this march will be a success. Of course, when we were at the South African Federation of Trade Unions briefing just earlier this week, the Secretary General Zwelinzima Mavavi did say that the days of the union federations pulling up to 15,000 or 20,000 people are long gone, but they are anticipating that despite the no pay, no work kind of approach that most companies and most sectors are going to apply, that workers will find it in their hearts to come forward and support the shutdown. Let's hear from the South African Federation of Trade Unions, Trevor Shaku. Mr. Shaku, you are expecting workers to turn out today. Tell us, what time are you expecting the march to start, and what numbers we're kind of looking at that have confirmed they're going to come?
We are expecting workers to arrive at least since 6 a.m. and we are hoping that by 10 a.m. they will all be here and will start moving. Although there are problems with buses, especially from Vaal, the West Rand and the East Rand, so the march might be delayed in as far as the question of time on departure from here is concerned. But we'll be gathering here. We're expecting 2,000 to 10,000, and we hope that we might even be able to reach beyond that, because the organic mobilization pamphleteering that took place in the city center, we're hoping that people from surrounding townships, from Atteridgeville, Mohlaoli, will be able to pitch here.
All right. We know that you've got quite a wide representation in terms of solidarity from political formations, including the EFF, as well as other, socialist organizations. Can you give us a list of those that have said they will show solidarity?
Those who I can also even see here is the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania. We also can see the Workers' and Socialist Party. We have been promised that the Marxist Workers' Party will be here. The Azanian People's Organization, AZAPO, will be here. But also, we're expecting that the EFF members will be here. So we are hoping that a wide range of leftist organizations will be with us today.
Mm-hmm. And again, what is the call and what is at the core of this march? Let's remind our viewers why it is that you said this national shutdown is necessary and what's at stake.
The issues around the social crisis of capitalism are the ones which have made us to gather here. Remember, the burden upon which the working class try to thrive on a daily basis is in relation to the living cost of living, austerity measures which are leading to minus CPI increases in the public sector coordinating bargaining council, the public service delivery which is compromised because of the austerity budget cuts which government has been carrying out, the unemployment rate which has at least a little bit dropped by 0.6% yesterday to 12.3 million people in this country. So these are the issues which the South African Federation of Trade Unions, the working class organizations and the political parties which will be assembling here are fighting against.
All right. Trevor, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much. That was Trevor Shaku from the South African Federation of Trade Unions, of course, and joined there by one of those who's going to join the march, member of course, NUMSA, showing solidarity, and the union saying that they're speaking in one voice despite a bit of what we'll call boardroom bickering or boardroom tensions that preceded this particular event. Trevor Shaku there saying that, of course, expecting upwards of 10,000 marchers, but we will remain to be seen whether that will be possible despite the calls and the threats by employers in some sectors of no work, no pay. We'll continue to bring you those updates as and when the march starts at around 10 a.m. this morning. It's back to you, Ayanda.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, thanks very much indeed. Stand by. Tommy's live to us there from Pretoria. Meanwhile, in the Western Cape, there had been plans by the city of Cape Town to beef up security in the lead-up to today's march. Nasiphi is live to us now from the Cape Town CBD. And I wonder, Nasiphi, at this hour, whether there's any sign of that security there.
Well, not a lot of security, as we do know that, as you mentioned, the city of Cape Town planning to beef up security. Where we're currently standing is where the marchers will be assembling at about 11 o'clock. As you can see, still dead quiet from Cape Town, including the city centre, where people are going about their business, and it is indeed business as usual. However, a Labour Federation, Saftu, is indeed, with this national shutdown, trying to highlight the plight of the poor and working class due to, as they put it, dire economic strains, load shedding, including the fuel hikes that obviously impacts a variety of things. As much as Santaco had announced that they will not be a part of the national shutdown and that they have their own ways of negotiating with various government departments regarding the fuel hike and other concerns that they have for their industry, we do know that the national shutdown protest, or action rather, will continue in Cape Town. We do understand that Cosatu has also thrown their weight behind this national shutdown, however, highlighting that they do have a planned picket outside the PRASA offices this morning, and should they finish in time, they will indeed be joining Saftu in this march to the various government departments to obviously hand over the memorandum of demands, or grievances rather, at the backdrop of them highlighting the situation that many South Africans find themselves in, which is to dig a little bit deeper into their pockets for day-to-day living.
Nasiphi is in the Cape Town CBD. Mohlaoli is in Bugerspark in Pretoria. To both our reporters, thanks very much indeed.